Hello everyone and welcome to another Merchant's Tale Criterion guide. My name is Scrunner, also known as Shooting Star. I'll be going through the three bosses and show you a POV of some of the iterations of those mechanics and explain what is going on. These mechanics that we solve are based on a paste bin that is made in collaboration with Talgarn, so we have some more aligned PF strats that we can develop, and I hope that this guide can serve as a good way to explain some of those mechanics. In any case, if you are wondering for some visual assistance, you can always check the description for the pastebin link. I'll be posting the link there. But for now, let's just go through the bosses one by one, and then I'll explain what's going on while the mechanics are happening, and maybe replay some stuff that is a bit confusing. At the start we always have a raid white, and these four markers 1, 2, 3, 4 are basically just our assigned positions. As healer I take the 4 spots. In this case the tank takes 1, the range takes 2, the melee takes 3, and we dodge some cleaves around those quadrants, but you can position however you like. These creatures will do different types of cleaves depending on what kind of creatures they are. The ducks, they will do a conal cleave, the pufferfish will do a big AoE cleave, the crabs and the seahorse will do line cleaves. Now the boss will sing an order in which they activate, so first we see there's a duck here, there's a duck here on the other side, so we just go east-west to dodge this, near our marker, basically where I'm standing. After this we dodge the horse, then we dodge the crab, and then the pufferfish north-south, and then we dodge this cleave from the boss itself, dodge to the other side, and that's that back done. And that series of mechanics can be in any order from east-west, north-south, or whatever cleaves. Now that the raid white is over, you can see we have some forced marches and we have stacks. Now there's going to be some things happening and we want to kind of pair people with others, but for now I'll just show you the mechanic and then how we resolve the mechanic. It's not too difficult. The boss will fly around, show some AoEs, but 2 corners are not filled with any AoE, so we just split up in pairs in those corners, resolve the stacks, and that's basically it. Now the way we resolve this is we basically have the tank and the range go the first clockwise from where the boss is going. So in this case the boss went north, as you can see here. And the healer and melee will go the second clockwise, or the first counterclockwise. Now in case the stacks are not resolvable, in this case they were on both DPS, so it's fine, but in case like the stacks are on the tank and the range and the healer and the melee, then the DPS will adjust. So they will just swap with the pairs, while the supports can just stay and always take the same safe spot. So in this case I'm the second, because I'm healer melee, second clockwise. I take 3 with the melee, and done. There it is. Stasis currents will spawn some Exo-waves, if you're familiar with third boss Rakan or Fru. Then this is happening, then we dodge into it. Boom, and then we dodge the other side. That's basically it. The way we do this is we always have like a set prio, like healer, tank, melee ranged, where we have the healer go closest to the Exo-wave, where I'm standing right here. And then we have the tank next, like his tank is over there, I'm doing this one. Then we do the melee there, and then the ranged over there. This way, these dragon dives, what they will do is they will cleave all cardinals, so they will cleave in a plus pattern. So by staying in this like little square that I am here, I'm gonna like be sure that I don't cleave anyone else with my thing. So here you can see that I'm basically gonna dodge into my quadrant, and then I resolve the dragon dive with the plus, then I dodge into this cleave, so I dodge this one, And that's that. If you're comfy with this mech, you can also just take static positions and just dodge into the wave as they come towards you. If you don't want to move too much, clear plunge, there's a raid wide. And then there's another raid wide right after, so big use, big shields. Now you can see again, same idea, right? We have both of the supports have the stacks, so there's no adjust necessary. Tank range, take the first clockwise, and healer melee take the first counter is the idea. Now the mechanic is a bit different this time. We're gonna have orbs and donuts. The orbs are gonna explode for dynamos, and the donuts are gonna explode for donuts. But some of them are gonna crack, so we're gonna not go to those. You see that these ones just cracked just a second ago. These ones are still intact, so we want to prioritize these donuts here. So what we do is we are gonna have a prio with the tank and ranged going right, facing this orb, while the healer and melee go left, facing the orb. Yeah, and that's just how we do it. And then DPS adjust in case necessary. In this case, not necessary. We dodge the surging current as well. After the force march, we go to the donuts, and then we dodge into it, and then we move away from the orb, because as you can see, this orb is exploding as well. Boom. Saw that? Alright, for this next part, we're gonna have Titan AoEs. We want to drop these always on these locations, so counterclockwise basically to make like this little L shape. You can see these little squares, always like that. I also want to make it like that. Why? Because then we can dodge the cleaves that are happening next. So there's a stored mechanic again. Turtle, horse, grab, turtle. Now this is stored because it's going to repeat later. So we dodge turtle. We dodge horse. We dodge crab. And then we dodge turtle again. First and last are always the same. Now we have another dragon dive with 3 beta AoEs. We always want to move into our little corner here to resolve that. Now Vindy unfortunately, or Kaylee unfortunately died. Not a problem though, we can just raise them over here. They can just be with me on this side. There's no like spreads happening or whatever. Completely fine. And now the repeat or the stored mechanic from earlier happens again. So it was turtle. We dodge the turtle. And then we dodge the horse. So go there. And then we go back here. And then we dodge the turtle again. Then we dodge this cleave, so we go there. And then we kill the boss. There's one more mech that's happening after this, which I will show you now. Because I think it's good to have some awareness of what's happening, but it's kind of similar priority. Alright, this next mech is shackles. We're gonna be tethered to people. This isn't like not really doable by priority, but in this case you can see I'm tethered to the range, the tank is tethered to the melee. We both have 1 spread, we don't have any stacks anymore, and then we have 4 bubbles with donuts. Now 2 of these are gonna crack. You can see this side did not crack, so we just go to that side. We prioritize what we did before, but in this case, since there's 2 orbs, you can't really choose a left or a right side. What we do is we just have like a clockwise prior that we used earlier. And since the supports never adjust, I will just always go to the second one here with the ranged, and then the tank will go there with the melee. Now what's happening is we're gonna have these aqua balls that you might be familiar with, some puddle spawning underneath us. I'm gonna walk together, 1, 2, and after the third we go underneath the donuts. Boom, and then we move away from these orbs. Now we were kind of lazy here and just trolling because the boss was dead, but that's basically all the mechanics. Now there's another variation of that. Let me see if I can find it. There's another variation where it was different tethers. In this case the setup was a bit different because me and the tank had long tether while the DPS had short. Since you can see that me and the fist range in this case, this is a different setup, but in this case we both have spread, so we can't be together, right? We want to be separated. In this case, I would take the I should take the 1-on-1, like the donut there, because you can see, well, in this case the south one cracks, so I should be taking the 1-on-1. While those other 3 can all stack together on 4, or on 2 over there. Because you can see I have a spread, the fist range has a spread, so the fist range doesn't want to be with me, right? But they are tethered together, so they cannot move away from each other, so they go and bait with the tank while I bait this way. That's basically the idea. Not sure whether we fully show this because the boss is basically dead. But yeah, 1, 2. Okay, well, we just kind of focus on killing the boss, but that was the idea. I hope that kind of clarifies it a little bit. On to the second boss.